In last video, we learned how to read CSV file using Scala Spark. In this video, again we are going to repeat the same demo with Python. Now if you see this particular code where we are using spark.read.csv and then passing the file path to read the file. Now in Scala we had one more keyword called val. However, in Python, that is not required. Then we are using dataframe.show to print the data. And here we notice one thing is Spark has by default assigned some default column name, though this file has its own header. And we'll see how to get this particular header information. In below line, we are just printing the schema of this particular data frame. And we can see all these columns Spark has considered as string. So let's resolve both of these things, because employee ID and salary will be integer and full time indicator should be boolean. So let's see how we can fix header issue as well as this schema issue. So if we are going to pass one option and then we are saying like header is true, that means we are instructing Spark that for this particular data, take the first row as header. And then when we are printing this particular data frame, we are getting proper column name. So first issue resolved. Still, if I'll print the schema for this particular file, it is still string because we have not made any change related to schema. In order to get the proper schema, we have to pass infer schema option as true, that we are passing here. Now the same data, and when we'll print the schema, now we are getting employee ID as integer and salary as integer, full-time indicator as boolean. We have one more method to see the schema of these columns, that is dtypes. So we are calling dataframe.dtypes. It will return column name and its corresponding data type. Employee ID is integer, first name is string, so all this data type returning. Now just to look into the data, we have head, first and take methods. So head method will return first row that you can see here. Similarly, first method also will return first row. In case of take, it accepts one integer argument. Let's say we are passing 3, then it will return first 3 rows that we can see here. Now describe is for statistics. We wanted to see for one particular column, let's say employee ID, what is the count, mean, standard deviations, all this information if you wanted to get, then we are calling dataframe.describe and then passing the column name. So this way we'll get its statistics information. If there are more than one column we are interested in, then we can pass both the column names as a string, and this will return statistics for both of these particular columns. In case when we are not passing any particular column here, it's blank, that time it will return statistics for all the columns. Now explain is the last method which we are going to discuss here. It will tell you about the plan, actual plan when we submit this particular command, this data frame creation command, what happened behind the back. So here we can see that it started with physical plan, that is kind of like trying to file scan and get the data, and then creating the data frame. So all these plans we can see, and it doesn't matter whether you are using Scala or Python as an interface to interact with Spark, this plan will be same.